special guest. We are talking about a brand that has sold 5.1 million units and generated over 148.4, like pushing 150 million in total GMV on TikTok Shop. So please welcome Jordan. He's one of the Goli coach and the founder of 6FC. Jordan, thanks for joining us. Do you want to give a little self-introduction first?
Yeah, of course. I'm Jordy, so I'll tell you guys a short story so you guys know who I am, because I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know who I am. Some of you do. Maybe you came from 6FC, etc. About 2 years ago, I was trying different business models, trying a bunch of different things. And so I was doing drop shipping. I tried a bunch of different things. 2 years ago, I was running a sales team, door-to-door sales team. I had about 50 guys, and I saw when I was in kind of a transition period as interest rates were climbing for solar. So I got out of the industry. I started doing different closing jobs for sales, etc. And as I did that, I started to find myself not making a lot of money. And so what I did was I kind of stopped everything, worked on mindset for a little bit. And long story short, one day I pull up a YouTube channel and I see this guy made a bunch of money on TikTok Shop. I click on the video, I hear he made a bunch of money on TikTok Shop. I grab a TikTok Shop account. I start my journey there 2 years ago. And the very first month I don't know GMV wise, but I did $15,000, but from TikTok Shop live streams. So I was a top TikTok Shop live streamer. And then from there, the rest is history. But that's kind of how I got here and how I got into TikTok Shop in the first place. But I do a lot of stuff for Goli. Obviously, I love Goli. And so we do a lot of stuff for Goli, a lot of stuff in creators in general, and happy to be here.
That's incredible. I love how you transition into the TikTok Shop. Really exciting. Nice. So, wow, we had a lot of people buzzing. So, oh, hi, Jordan. Okay, let's move to. Okay, so for any new people or like have experience with our AMA before, let me just like walk you through how this AMA gonna goes. So I will ask 10 moderated questions, and then Jordy will answer these for me and you guys, and after that we will be open Q&A, so stay tuned. And then audience right now, try to think any good questions you want to ask Jordy about Goli or 6FC, anything about himself. So you can either drop off in the group chat or you can request to speak later on after the moderate questions, and I will for directly questions, I will be queuing, like see who first come first serve, and then questions just dropping in the group chat. I will pick one of those, and then Jordy will answer that. Yes, so let's move to the very first moderator question. So, Jordan, Goli is currently ranked number 4 in the health category. What is the single most important factor that allowed Goli to scale to nearly 150 million in GMV? Like your perspective.
The biggest factor?
Yes.
The biggest factor, I would say. So I think it's a couple things in terms of the system, but I think the number one, like overarching, is definitely the care for creators, right? It's like, I think that's by far the most important when you're scaling a machine. That if you don't care about the creator, what happens is that this is why Jeff Bezos said care about your customers. Because if you don't care about your creators, well, then guess what? The machine doesn't run. And so many brands don't really understand that. Creators don't understand that the brand side is pretty hard. But that relationship needs to be at a deep connection, but at scale. And so caring about the creator, obviously we have a big machine. We have a bunch of different systems. We have a bunch of different things that we run within Goli. But I would say the number one most important factor psychologically and tactically is going to be, for sure, creator relationships, and caring about the creator is by far number one, right? Like, not only did we pioneer the campaigns, not only did we care about creators from day one going into it, but when I originally met the founder of Goli, I got on a call with him. And when I met the founder of Goli, I was kind of stunned that I was going to go to call because they were such a big company at the time. And he literally told me from day one, before we even get into TikTok Shop, it was like 8 days on the platform. He's like, before we even get into TikTok Shop, I want you to understand something, Jordy. We just met you, but we care, number one, most important about creators. And if you don't know, Goli actually pioneered also Meta, and they had a whole influencer program in Meta, over hundreds of thousands of creators on Meta too, and brought it to TikTok Shop, that same logic.
Wow.
And so it's always been caring about creators as number one, and that's the same kind of philosophy of just Jeff Bezos and how he built Amazon, right? So care about the creator for sure.
Wow, that's truly amazing. I know you guys are really in sync campaign for the creators, so you guys definitely, definitely number one in creator powering ish like campaign, I would say. So, okay, moving on to the second question, affiliate power. So, our fast mode data shows that you have a staggering 78.7K influencer in your network. So, how does Goli manage a fleet of creators that large while maintaining brand consistency?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I think the bigger picture, right? Because we've had hundreds of thousands of creators off platform too. I think the bigger picture, overarching philosophy that I buy is almost talking like if how do you get to talk to one creator but times 100,000? And so in order to do that, going back to question one too, while keeping a relationship and maintaining it, it's pretty hard. Most people can't figure it out. But the reason we've been able to figure it out is because we understand systems, right? We're very systems focused. And so like at Goli and what we do, we understand in terms of managing scale. We've done scale before, and so we understand the system side of things and making sure that all of the systems are in place to actually properly run this big machine, right? And manage all these creators. So I would say like if there's a single word, it's managing creators at scale is systems, right?
System. Amazing, got it. Yeah. So a lot of brands talked before. They grow really fast, but it's really hard, for their team to manage like this scale, like this scaling up that fast. So I believe you guys are a really good management team as well. To keep everything in system. Yes, that's nice. So moving on to the third questions. Your zero sugar bestseller trial is a powerhouse. So doing 1.3 million in the last 28 days alone. What makes this specific bundle so effective for TikTok Shop creators?
So what? Sorry.
You have like the zero sugar bestseller trial, like that's really pushing like GMV for Goli. So what do you think, like what's the special about this bundle, like that viral up on TikTok Shop for you guys?
They work, right? Like Goli is pretty simple. Like we make hell simple, right? So like at its core, how you make a great company is you got to have things that actually work, right? So a Goli actually works. There's quick feedback loops. So the person takes ashwagandha or Goli sleep or whatever it is within the trio, PPP, doesn't matter. The products actually work. And not only do they actually work, but they're also delicious, right? So like you take a gummy, and once you take a gummy, you can't stop eating the gummies, right? And so you have to kind of look on the bottle, like, is this not candy? You kind of got to look at the bottle and like, how many gummies do I actually have to take in terms of like making sure that I don't overdose here? And so like they actually work. And the market understands that, the market resonates with that. And the everyday consumer, especially in America, the everyday consumer likes things that are delicious. And so people kind of see that, they know that with Goli. I think another major part that's played to our success with the trio, etc., is people also like a lot, right? People like multiple different bottles, people like multiple different SKUs, and so we have multiple different SKUs at the same time. It's addictively delicious, right? We've gone through rigorous R&D and testing, and so combined with good taste, combined with caring about our customers and our creators at most, and our customers, and combined with rigorous testing, making sure the taste is good, and that concept that we tap into really all of the consumerism, kind of the perfect storm for TikTok. That's how you get the best of all worlds, right? So
Nice.
that's why the trio has been taking off. So
That's great. I also low-key really love your guys' product. I tasted it a lot. We have multiple samples from you guys too, so we love it.
now they're hard to stop eating.
Yeah, it's really addictive. Oh my gosh. But anyway, okay, moving on. So data shows that.
I have a secret. I have a simple secret though.
What's
Okay.
the secret?
So, Ron, I have a simple secret for you. Okay. If you buy every single SKU,
Uh-huh.
well, then if you take 2 of every single SKU, well, then you have a full lineup, right? So you can eat them like candy, but you just have to buy every single SKU,
Oh
right? So
yeah.
if you buy all the SKUs, you can eat 2 from each one. It's like,
Uh-huh.
like a bag
I
of, it's
know.
like a bag of Sour
That's
Patch.
a really smart. Okay, I will try that, so I won't feel guilty about
Yes.
eating those. Okay, like, moving on to the data strategy. So, data shows that 73.95% of your sales come from video, compared to just 5.4% from live. Is this a deliberate strategy, or there's any like untapped opportunity in live for wellness brands?
Um, Real quick, are we maxed on capacity? I see we have 50 out of 50 people. We might be maxed on capacity, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
let me. Yeah, okay. So you can keep going, and I'll check for you. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just so I'm clear, the question is why about live streaming, right? Or about video versus live
Yeah,
streaming?
like videos, like video of because from the data, like it's like almost 80% of the sales come from video instead of live. So what's your perspective on like why is video more like powering over live, or do you think there's any opportunity for live to scale up in the future?
Yeah, I think 100% there's opportunity for live to scale up. I think it's untapped completely. I honestly think that the reason is to be honest with you, videos are easy to make and creators going live is pretty hard to do, right? I was a salesman and I started in live streaming. And so when you're live streaming after like 2 hours, it gets pretty exhausting if anyone's gone live. And so I remember going live 3 hours a day times 3 times, right? So I'd go live 9 hours each day. And it's pretty exhausting, right? It's just like sales. You knock 100 doors. After 100 doors times 30 days, you knock 3,000 doors. It's pretty exhausting. And so you got to have a strong grit mindset. And so I think just like sales, my thesis is the high churn of salesmen. You know, if you get 20 salesmen in when I used to run a team, 19 would leave. And so it's the same thing for live streaming as a whole. It's a pretty hard model for people to stick to in general. We've always had live streamers make a lot of money, our creator live streams, but we stick to videos and we make sure that we have systems in place. We have some of the best Goli mentorship coaches in our Goli Discord, and so we make sure that we build proper systems and education around videos because videos also scale big, right?
Yeah.
And so we can get out 1,000 videos pretty easily, and so we do have a big system, bunch of reasons as to why we can do that as a brand. But yeah, live streams are not as exciting about video, of course, and to also add to that, the algorithm is a little more uncrackable, right? Like I've tested so many different ways to crack the algorithm and reverse engineer live streaming, and I've put some of the best live streamers that we have on the platform on TikTok and tested 10 different strategies at once to reverse engineer which one works better, and it's pretty hard to crack, right? But I will say that out of all of the different testing, I've trained now thousands of live streamers. Out of all of the different testing, I will say that 100% with certainty that if you're good at scripting, if you're good at walking in with a good script, and you sit there and you have a script in your hand and you at least understand some bullet points and you understand how to take a consumer from unaware, it's called the buying journey, the unaware stage to fully aware and converted, you will be able to close anyone pretty on the spot, right? If I need to close someone, whether it's a product for, I don't know, laundry detergent, or it needs to be Goli gummies, you will be able to close the person as long as you know what to say and how to say it, right? And so we have live streamers at Goli that it's like a click of a button, right? I'm actually with someone downstairs. They were one of the top live streamers for Goli. They made over, I don't know, commissions like 300K in GMV commissions a month for live streaming. And I can tell you that he doesn't even get really any viewers. He's just extremely good at live streaming, right? So if you're good at live streaming, you'll make a lot of money, right? But you gotta get good. And the algorithm kind of bends in your favor once you get good. So it's kind of like two different paths. One is you don't get better every single day and you don't really know what you're doing, and so you kind of fall flat on your face. And the other, and that's most people, which is why it churns a lot, but the other is that we have really good select live streamers, and I know so many top live streamers, some of them are in here commenting, that can literally just go into Goli, have 5 views and still sell a bunch of GMV. Problem is most people don't know how to do that and they don't get trained properly, which is why it's a perfect time to join. Make sure you join at the end Goli Discord because we train on this stuff, right? So that's my answer.
Nice. And then just to answer the capacities question, so I actually set it to infinity, but somehow I couldn't change anything right now, but I'll figure this out for next AMA. And I also saw someone said that they pay to boost the server to a lot more people, but I don't know how, like, let me figure out, like, maybe in the future. But thank you for being so popular. Like, yes, Jordy, you had like really great, influence. So like people like rushing in. But anyway, let me move to the second question. Yeah, you're so popular. Okay, so Goli, you have also a massive segment of creator in the 10K to 50K follower range, driving around like 37.65% of your units sold. So what's your brand focus on these mid-tier creator instead of just chasing the biggest name?
That's pretty simple. That one's pretty simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know who your top creator is, right? Like what
Mm-hmm.
once was a bottom tier creator could quickly become a top tier creator, and what once was a top tier creator could quickly become a bottom tier creator. I've seen creators make 100 grand in a month and go back to zero. I've seen creators go from 0 to 100 grand in a month. I know one of my closest friends, he made 250, I think over $1 million. That's $1 million GMV last month. That's crazy. But he once was nothing. And most people probably would look away from him as a brand. And so I'm sure all of the brands that said no to him, and we took him in at Goli, now he does $1 million GMV, right? And so the truth is that there is no such thing. I mean, obviously you have personal brands starting to come to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's standard. Like in China, you have influencer live sellers and stuff. So there is influencers that start to build an influence around themselves and themselves create the word sustainability. But if you don't have a personal brand based on selling like China does, well, then you pretty much don't have an account that's built for sustainability. So you never know if you're going to go up or down, right? And so the truth is that the reason we stick to that market, the reason that we value all markets, by the way, we have a Goli Diamond Club for our top producers. We have a mid-tier, we have our Discord for all of for everyone. And then we have everyone to funnel into Discord and overall. But the big thing is just that, right? You never know who your top creator is next month. I've seen like creators swap in and out now for roughly like a year and a half. So you never know.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Cause like have a couple brands that are just like starting on TikTok Shop. They are like so obsessed with the big name, which I understand. But such as Goli, you guys are smart. Like you never know like which creator they probably just gonna go viral one day with probably with 10K followers. You never know.
Yeah, the problem is with brands though is you need the Goli level brand in order to get to attract, right?
Yeah.
And so the problem is with the smaller brands is they don't have the Goli level power behind
That's
them.
true.
We were already a powerhouse, and we've been a powerhouse brand across America and globally, right? For years now, right? And so we have that coming in, and a lot of people in the TikTok Shop affiliate space, a lot of people already kind of knew Goli. They've already purchased Goli. And so you see, when you work with brands, it's very important for longevity and sustainability as a creator to understand. I think I'll make a prediction, actually, that the market will keep moving towards only products and offers, and they call it offers in the old affiliate space before TikTok Shop CPA space. And I think that the market will consistently go towards and move towards less and less these sellers that keep coming onto the platform, and they'll just stick to top products and brands that we know, like, and trust, that America knows, likes, and trusts, and that creators can bet on for predictability. And just like McDonald's, you're going to get the same McDonald's taste, right? And so that the brand that you bet on will be here to come and won't go away or not give you maybe whatever in terms of commissions or et cetera, whatever happens in the whole affiliate space to people that people get mad about. But you don't have to worry about that with a brand as big as Goli, right? And so, yes.
I love the answer, like, really. I feel like you really just persuaded me, like, why Goli's. I really understand, like, why Goli's one of the top, like, for sure on TikTok shops. And then the very next question, really exciting. So everyone's talking about a Creator Gala in LA on March 3rd. So can you tell us more about the golden ticket and what creator need to do to get your airfare and hotel fully covered by Goli? What's some rules, secrets?
Yes, 100%. I'll tell you right now, if you're missing the Goli Gala, you're literally missing out on like the modern day Emmys, right? Like literally, if you miss Goli Gala, then I don't even know what's going on in the creator space, right? Like I think the Goli Gala is one of the biggest things that we've ever seen in the TikTok Shop affiliate space. It's pretty crazy, actually. It's actually mind-boggling how big it's going, right? It's super viral. And so to get a ticket, you got to do, I think, 30,000 in GMV. Davey is Goli, so correct me if I'm wrong, Davey. 30,000. Davey, can you give us some details that I can read so I'm trained properly and don't say the wrong things? Anyway, while she's typing that, Goli Gala has like blown up everywhere. Like everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. All the biggest influencers in our space for TikTok Shop. I've seen celebrities that are talking about it. Like there's celebrities now talking about it. we have, there's word that, like, I don't know if I can leak it, but there's some big time celebrities that might be coming and speaking, etc. There's a whole awards that are given away, and it's gonna be insane, right? Like, this is the first one too. Like, imagine when we're on number 3 and 4 and 5. I mean, this is big. And I think if you're one of the first ones to attend and you attend the first one, I think you kind of have that stamp of approval that you were early in the early days of TikTok Shop, right? Because if you imagine the Emmys and Grammys, it's crazy that the Emmys and Grammys were once nothing. And so by being like the first round of like the Emmys and Grammys, and this is the Goli Gala, it's pretty insane to like get a ticket. And so I'm super excited to go. I'll for sure be there, and it'll be exciting.
Yes, I think Davey just left a comment. So 30K GMV for January, and then 10K GMV for Super Brand Week, February 2nd to February 8th. Yes, amazing!
Wow.
I'm really excited. I had a lot of top creators already telling me that they are so excited to get have fun at the Goli Gamma. Yes.
Yes. No, you can't miss the Goli Gala for sure.
Yes.
Like, you definitely can't miss it.
100%. So okay, running back to a more.
There's even some I can't give it out, but I will say that the people who do attend the Goli Gala, I've heard through the grapevine, because I'm at Goli, that there is some secrets that are going to happen and be revealed at the Goli Gala. I'm not going to say anything. I can't say anything. I would be slashed, but I'll tell you right now, there are some secrets happening at the Goli Gala, and if you're one of the people, and if you're not there, you will miss out, right? And so I don't know. There are some secrets, like, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? You know?
Okay,
And
really?
so there are some secrets that I'm not going to give away. Some secrets with an S.
Okay. I'm already hyped up. Okay, so moving on to the campaign. So your January campaign features reward ranging from Dyson Airwrap to Porsche Macan and even $1 million in cash. So how did this incentive change creator behavior compared to standard commission?
Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty good question. That's a loaded question. So, like, look, I think the bigger picture is understanding like behavior in general for mass market and for US consumers. Like, when TikTok Shop first arrived, consumers didn't trust TikTok Shop, and so they needed to build trust. And so they needed to build trust, and they gave away a bunch of cool incentives, and people started to buy on the platform. And a lot of people would go to TikTok Shop, find a TikTok Shop product from a video, and then go to the A word and buy from Amazon, right? And so what happened is that consumers did start to slowly trust TikTok more and more. And so then what happened is people just started to buy it. Now people buy on TikTok Shop because they trust TikTok Shop will deliver on time, and in the Amazon world, it'll be lightning fast, and they believe that they will get the things that were advertised, right? And good brands, etc. And so consumers take a little bit to adopt in America, right? I know in like China, like it's like quick adoptions for things, like hyper quick adoptions. But like we're still getting around Apple Cash. Like, can you believe it? It's been like, I don't even know how long, many years. So consumers take a little bit to adopt things. And it's interesting because I'm going to use this as almost like an analogy that if you got what I said just now, that is the same buyer behavior and the patterns that we look at and what we look at Goli. This is our secret sauce. I'd have to take a left arm, but that exact analogy is exactly applied to the Goli and how we think about creator rewards and stuff. So
nice. Okay, so also correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw that you guys are offering specific bonuses for a live session that reached 4,000 in GMV. Is that correct? And then for a creator struggling with live, what is the Goli secret to hitting those numbers?
The Goli secret to hitting live stream sales? Oh, that's easy. Well, you just got to focus on your skills, right? Like, I think if you get into sales, how do you become a better salesman? You just got to practice, right? If I need to become a better public speaker, what do I have to do? I got to get on stage, right? So you just got to hit the live button. It's actually pretty easy. If you go on TikTok Shop, there's a big button called Live Now. Take your Goli bottle, put it in front of your camera. If you're scared from the views, put a little thing over the views so you don't see the views. If you're scared of the comments hating on you or being random trolls and stuff, it's okay. Put a little piece of paper or something over the comment section so you can't read it at first. And guess what? The biggest thing is you got to hit the live button. Now, I'll tell you a secret at Goli that we do is this special sauce, okay? This secret sauce. Don't share this with anybody else. If any brands are in here, you need to be closed ears. Okay. The secret sauce is that you got to stick to Goli, right? Because the reason we incentivize people to actually stay consistent is because we understand that the algorithm is about consistency. And so what TikTok Shop probably most likely looks at is just like Twitch and Kick and all these live stream platforms. If you look, they want live streamers. But do they want live streamers in quantity, or would they rather quality, consistent live streamers that they can actually push traffic to and they know that they're going to continue to get traffic, right? Because they're going to show up every day. And so what the platform looks at for TikTok Live is consistency, whether live entertainment or live shop. And so for Goli specifically, that's what we've done, right? And so not only do we literally pay you to then get paid. It doesn't even make sense. I don't really get it. I come from the sales world. I never got paid to go live. I never got paid to sell and then get paid again. I guess that's called a double whammy. I don't really know what you call that, but you get paid to then show up and get paid again. That doesn't really make sense, but you get paid to go paid and go live and get paid again. So that's like a double dip system. So take advantage of it, stick to it. I'll tell you right now, Roan, that the big thing is that although brands might be able to try to copy us, once again, we have the consumer sentiment. Americans love us, right? And not only that, global, right? And so people already know, like, and trust Goli, right? They already like the product. They already trust the product. And so when you actually stick to live streaming and you stick to Goli, especially a trusted, well-known household brand, guess what happens? You start seeing sales. So yes, that's my answer.
I love that you're so passionate when talking about like how Goli strive. I really love that so much. I believe the entire team is really passionate about your brands.
Yes.
Okay, so also from Fastmo's data platform. So Goli's 99.79 health category. So we see a tiny fractions in food and beauty. So I saw you guys have been doing some bundle with some beauty makeup, glow up set. So is Goli planning to expand in this other first level category in 2026?
We might. Who knows? The only thing that we know is that, see, here's the deal. The Krabby Patty formula could never get revealed. Right? You know Plankton from SpongeBob?
Yeah.
You know Plankton from SpongeBob? Exactly. He's trying to always steal the Krabby Patty formula. And so with Goli, we disrupt everything, right? And so we disrupted the rewards program. We actually created the initial discount codes. No one talks about Goli for this, but I remember we had no discount codes. If anyone remembers Love 24, shout out, was it called Love 24? Dove 24, the checkout code. It was called like Dove 24 in the first round. LA Dove 24, yes, this is what everyone knew. And Goli was like, I remember the Goli founder, the Goli CMO telling me like, hey, maybe we should make discount codes that say Goli and then with like add some stuff like psychology, right? Anyway, so they say like, let's do Goli. And we actually manufactured and created the first round of like true discount codes to the market and launched them to the creators. And no one talks about that, right? And so the truth is that everything we touch is disruptive, right? So we have to play smart, but of course, we will be looking into things, right? But like, obviously I don't know. I'm not at the top, so I don't really understand what's going on, right? It's all kind of something behind the curtain, right? So who knows?
Amazing. Goli is definitely the game changer in the entire system. Okay, so last question for me. So creator or any seller, Fastmo members, start thinking what you want to ask Jordy, and then type in or request to speak with the hand icon. Just click it, and I will approve your speaking spot one by one. So last question. So Goli joined our past two events in the US, and we really appreciate it and really excited to see you guys again. So we are heading to LA on April 14 and 15 for a FGVCon. We will expect over 13,000 people. And how important is physical networking at events like FGVCon, FGVCon for creator who wants to land massive partnership with brands like Goli?
Yeah. Okay. Networking, right? So I remember when I was like 15, and people talk about networking events, right? And I was like, networking events don't even like, I always thought it was very like, I don't want to say a bad word, but I always thought it was very, I just didn't really understand networking events at first. And then my mentor told me about something called the mastermind principle, where he said, if people are in a room, it basically is a force multiplier. Right? So like if everyone's in a room on the same wavelength and everyone's starting to talk about things, what happens is if they discuss ideas, it's a force multiplier. It's not 1 + 1 = 2 when you're networking with people on the same page. It's actually 1 + 1 = 5.
Wow.
And I didn't understand this. I was with my mentor. He's kept explaining this. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't really understand this 1 + 1 = 5 thing, right? I'm used to everyday life, everyday numbers, and 1 + 1 usually equals 2. And so then what I realized after enough meetings with him and people in a room is we started to come up with the best ideas. We started to actually like change the company trajectory. Things change fast. Things happen all because we're all in the same room. And so what happens is that there's a little bit woo-woo and out there, but when you're on the same frequency level, right, they call it a universe for a reason. Uni, one, verse, rhythm, one song, one frequency level. And so when you're on the same frequency level and you're all in the same room, what happens is it literally is a force multiplier on life. And so what you get is you get crazy outcomes when you're all in the same room. So networking isn't a option. It's a necessity if you want to have major success. And so it's up to you. Do you want to have major success? You need to network. If you don't want major success, that's pretty simple. Stay a lone wolf. So it's kind of a path that you get to choose. I'm going to choose the path going right, but it's up to the people, you know?
Wow.
You get a choice.
I love the story, and then how, you can just really, I love your frequency and then the universe and then like the force of attraction thing, because I really do believe that's like true. And then that's how people with high energy, they kind of, they become better and better, and then also attract people with their same frequency and same like energy people, and then that makes you like progress like faster, and then just kind of meet more opportunities at the same time. So I still believe networking is really useful and somehow. Yes. So okay, and enough of me. So now, everyone, ready to drop in your questions and then respond. Click the hand icon to ask questions to Jordy. So ask about your shop, ask about Goli Gala, anything you wanted to ask to Jordy. Yes, just drop in the questions and then
please ask your questions.
Yes, or just click the hand icon.
Amazing. While you're asking your questions, I will say I don't think I've been to an event like the Goli Gala. Like I'm almost a little bit nervous how many people are going. I mean, it's like major news. Like literally everyone won't stop talking about it. Every time I open TikTok, by the way, and I scroll, I see Goli Gala. Like it's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. Every major influencer that I know is talking about it. I've heard people like crazy celebrities talking about it. And so literally like it's the talk of the town, but I literally cannot even like imagine what's going to happen when we're in the first round of like almost like the Emmys and Grammys, and it's going to be like round 3 of the Grammys, right? Like we're the first to be around it, right? So it's going to be super cool.
Wow, I'm really excited. So many creators are talking about this. Yay!
Yeah, Mama Wells says, "Yay! Can't wait for the Goli Gala." I know if you're missing the Goli Gala, I mean, like seriously, guys. You got to understand something in the creator economy. So creator economy is this big thing. Social commerce is like this little thing within creator economy, right? So you have a big picture, which is called the big watermelon is creator economy. The grape within the watermelon is called social commerce, right? Social commerce is simple. It's the ability to buy in social media, right? So transact, right? Commerce and social media. And so you socialize, you can transact, boom. Amazon and social media had a baby and you get TikTok Shop. And so it's just starting, which is crazy. Like we're in wave 1 of TikTok Shop in social commerce. And the fact that we're in wave 1 and we've had a brand like Goli come to the platform this early, like if you look, every other brand that's just coming to the platform, all these big brands, they took a year or 2 years now to figure this out, right? That's called the late adoption phase. And maybe they're not late adopters, they're still early adopters. But anyway, I have a heart towards Goli. So point is that when we innovated, now we understand the platform. We have this gap on the market to understand things. And I'll tell you right now, the Goli Gala, mark my words, not only will be one of the biggest in terms of entertainment events, but people will know it for years and years to come, right? I mean, it is the first of our kind for social commerce, right? So it's going to be awesome. And the creator economy in general. So
Jordy, there's one question actually. So is in the earlier conversation, but she asked, I suspect my account is being suppressed and from doing an AI audit. You can the questions is in the group chat, and let me add to you so you can read it. Probably easier. Here's the questions. Yes. And then also Cat B also asked questions.
So Andrea says, question. I suspect my account is being suppressed and from doing an AI audit. I suspect It's because I'm working with supplements. My sales style flags risks in TikTok's AI. What sales style do you specifically avoid in your videos? It's a good question, Andrea. So it's a good question. Number one is you need to understand. I would first go through a couple things. Number one is big picture. I would go through and understand and educate yourself on the TikTok shop terms of service, right? So that you at least have a general understanding of the TikTok shop terms of service and why they're actually to it. Number two is don't get mad at the platform when they do things like ban you or violate you. You have to understand that TikTok shop is new. It's social commerce. They're just coming around. And so what happens is that they have to make sure they're stricter on violations so that we don't go what's called black hat. We don't go all crazy and exploit the algorithm and start saying random stuff just to get a sale, right? We don't want to be the person that will sell anything, will sell like anything for a sale, right? And so TikTok's a little stricter on violations, but it's important to understand that first. So understand the terms of service. And second off is what to avoid is I would first, before you even try, get the terms of service, and then what you do is use GPT to create like almost a vanilla script. Like say you want to do like a live sales script, vanilla script, and just to get used to it. I'm not saying this is going to make you the most money, but just to get used to fluently talking without violations, you got to practice. And I would just use a script and you test that script, and if it works, repeat it, and then you'll start to be able to manufacture, and you'll start to get used to your script, and you'll start to it'll be malleable to your own words, and you'll start to kind of flow better. But without getting, or else this becomes a 45-minute talk on what not to say, what to say. Step one, action items, educate yourself on the TikTok terms of service, what you can and can't say. It's in the TikTok terms. Number two is use like GPT to create like at least a base layer script. Just say that you want to do a live selling script and do a base layer script. Step three is start going live, reading it over and over and over, and you'll start to realize, oh, I'm not getting violations. Let me start to flow better. And step number four is watch other people. If you watch other Goli live streamers, you'll be able to actually reverse engineer what they're saying and what's working, and you just copy them, right? So you can copy other live streamers in their scripts, and that'll work. And that's how you kind of get around it because they already figured it out, right?
Yes, we have another person requested to speak. It's Book the Baby, so you can unmute yourself, and then I already invited you to the speaker spot. Feel free to ask your questions to Jordy.
Hello, I just had a question. If you have one single bottle, but yet they have a 3-pack, are we allowed to link that, or are we going to get violated?
That's Davey, do you have an answer to that? I just don't want to answer wrong. It's a good question. I need the other 2 bottles.
I always forget and I throw them away.
Oh, shoot. Okay, not good. We're going to have to chase down the trash man. You've done it with other brands, says Colton. Davey, I'm not sure if you have an answer. If it's a bottle and a 3-pack of the same, so is it what 3-pack is it?
Yeah, for like, say for example, like the ashwagandha.
Oh, the ashwagandha. Okay.
Yeah,
for the
so
ashwagandha,
yes.
Is it a 3-pack ashwagandha or the trio?
Yes, it's like the 3-pack.
Yeah, you're fine.
And I can, if I do one in the video, it'd be okay?
Yeah,
you're
fine, right?
Okay.
Guys, everyone say yes, so we're clear. I don't want to be cooked on the spot for saying yes, and then she gets hammered and comes back screaming at me. Do it all the time? Okay, amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, amazing.
Nice. Okay, so we have another questions early on. It's from Cat V. Do you see it? I'm new to live and would love to start with Goli. What are your top 3 tips to going live? Like how often, how long, and what to talk about?
My top 3 tips for going live. So look, the bigger picture is to understand how to get better in the first place at everything that you do, right? And so if I want to be good at the piano and I want to reverse, the sun is going crazy right now, and I want to reverse engineer, if I want to be good at the piano and I want to reverse engineer how to play like Beethoven, that's a long ways away. But if I get a coach installed and I practice every single day, I know the basic core concept of how to get better, right? Like I just got a boxing coach, and the boxing coach, I had no idea how to box. The boxing coach literally trains me every single day. And 1% better every single day. What happened is over the past 4 weeks, I've become way better than what I was. I actually got like probably 50 times better on a multiple scale. And so what happens is that the overview picture is how to actually improve quickly, because what you have to understand is in a marketplace and in an economy, you are competing. And when you're competing with other people, there's averages. And so if you look at the baseline average of people, everyday people, what drives the productivity, right? Part of what's driving productivity in America and in these economies is people learning things. And if you learn new skills, you make more money, right? If you learn good skills and put them to use, right? And so what happens is that if you just learn how to become efficient at getting more skills quicker, and you understand the rate of learning and how to get better faster and learn quickly, it's actually going to provide you a bigger net result when you're first starting out, is understanding how to learn quick, understanding what skills exactly, and breaking it down to its core. And only then would I get into tips, right? And so like when the boxing coach started, he didn't start going into like specific tips at first and teaching me boxing. What he did was he taught me the core fundamentals of boxing first. And then what he did was he started to build off of my baseline. And as long as I get better faster than the average person who's trying to box, I'll be better than the rest of people. And so in a marketplace, once again, very simply, you have averages, and you have to be on an average scale. You have to be better than average, and that's how you make more money. And so for my top 3 tips, I actually don't have 3 tips about live streaming. My 3 tips is look up and figure out how to learn better, how to learn faster than most people. You know, they used to call me slow in school, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I got very angry when I was younger kid because they called me a slow learner. And then what I did was I put on my big boy hat and I said, I'm going to become one of the best learners. I'm going to become a faster, more efficient learner than most people. And I pride myself in doing that. And so what I do is, for my first tip is your art of learning is art. And how to learn correctly, because this will serve you for the rest of your life. Because the marketplace, if you want to make a bunch of money, you got to learn correctly, right? So number 1 tip is learn efficiently, right? Learn how to learn. Number 2 tip is to, in terms of like tactical, real advice. Actually, number 2 tip is before you even get into TikTok Shop live streaming, you need to understand one thing and one thing only. It's called your emotional why. And so some of the biggest people in the world use something called the emotional why. And it's how the greatest athletes of our time do things. I remember LeBron James saying, or Michael Jordan saying on a podcast one day, or a YouTube video that I was watching, they said, like, how do you put it together so that you end up winning these championships? And he's like, I think about my wife. I think about the kid in the stands that are watching me that one time that will change the trajectory of their life. And so what you need to get down is you need to get to why you're even doing this in the first place. If you can figure out emotionally why you're doing things, it'll move you faster and it'll move you farther in life than just understanding basic tips for live streaming, right? Because the day where you're sitting there and you're sitting there on a live stream and you're cooked, you know, we say cooked in Gen Z, and you're cooked, right? And you're like sitting there and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Well, when you go to do that in your head and you say, I can't do this anymore, what happens is you think about your kids. And when you think about your kids and they're coming in the room saying, Mommy, it's okay. You don't have to work, Mommy. Like, you don't have to make money for us to have a better life. And what you're going to do is you're going to generate emotion. And you're going to be very pissed off about it, or you're going to be very excited, or what's going to do is you're going to be able to literally feel, and you're going to feel that deep rooted emotion, like I can't let my own kids down, and then you push. And so you got to have a driving emotional force behind you. And if you can get a driving emotional force, you can push. That's how the best salesmen in the world do it. So you got to push. You got to be able to have, what's number 2? Your emotional why. And number 3 is, I would say, copy others, like emulate others at first. That's number 3. Tactical piece of advice is emulate others. I know those are 3 tips like you were expecting, but those tips will serve you for the rest of your life. And that's how people make millions of dollars, right? They just figure out how to learn faster than the average person and be better than the average, right? And number 2 is they figure out their purpose and their emotional why. So that's my my advice.
Oh my goodness, you should join TikTok. I think that's really inspiring. Like, even
Yes,
though
I
I'm
see you
like
on
not doing
TikTok.
live, I already feel like that's like
Absolutely.
lessons, life lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Okay, how do you feel? How do they feel about bottom funnel videos? That's why I start. I think everyone's like admire how good you are. Like everyone, okay, one last two questions. If you have any questions for Jordy or Goli, drop in the questions or request to speak. I know Jordy's really amazing, but we can. If you have any questions, just drop in.
How do they feel about BOF videos? How do I feel about bottom of funnel videos? Unfortunately, I have no thoughts right now. I'm not getting into any dangerous situations in my life right now. I've been fighting up wars in 2026. I'm joking, by the way. I'm trolling.
Oh my god, 100%.
I just don't have any thoughts right now about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's recorded, and
All right, the biggest thing that I can leave you off with is two things. Okay, this is 4. This is 2. The biggest things that I can leave you off with is 2 things. Number 1, figure out your emotional why. If you can figure out why are you doing things and you can drive the emotional state, see what happens is thoughts become feelings and feelings become actions and actions become outcomes. And if you want to control your outcomes, you simply control your thoughts. Where do thoughts come from? It comes from information. And so what you have to figure out is why you're even doing the thing in the first place. You know, I have a guy, he used to be an old mentor, his name's Iron Cowboy. He went on a newscast and they told him, you know what an Iron Man is, Roan?
yeah, of course, I love him.
Okay, an Iron Man is where the guy runs, the guy or female, they do a race, right?
Yeah.
2.6 mile swim, followed by a 112-mile bike ride, followed by a 26-mile run. It's insane. It's totally insane. They do a 12-hour race. It's nuts, right? And so Iron Cowboy said, I'm going to do it back to back to back. I'm gonna do 3 Ironmans back to back to back. They said this isn't possible. Your levels get screwed up. You have to rest. It's a 12-hour race. It's not possible. He says, tell me it's not possible again. And he said, I'm going to do 5 Ironmans back to back to back to back to back. And they said, not possible. You're going to literally break all your bones in your body. Like, you can't do that. You're going to get to a state of exhaustion. So he said, you know what I'm going to do? He says, I'm going to do 50 Ironmans in all 50 states in 50 days.
No way.
So he starts racing. Okay, 50 Ironmans, 50 states, all 50 days, right? These races take 12 hours. Then he has to go travel after that, right? So he gets through Ironman number 4 or 5, and he breaks his back. He's got a leg shattered. Everything's broken, right? Things are broken. He can't complete the race, etc. He fell off his bike, the whole thing, right? When he fell off his bike, car comes right next to him, right? Because they're following him. It's his family, right? His daughter gets out. She's like 8 years old at the time. Daughter gets out. She looks at him. He's broken leg, back's broken. You can look up the story. It's a real story. It's not a fake. And his daughter looks at him and is like, Daddy, are you going to be able to finish the race? And this is like an older guy. He's like 30s, and he's like a hard guy. And he's like, looks at his daughter, and he just thinks in his head, he's like, if I'm about to respond to my effing daughter, no, I'm not going to complete the race. I am never going to feel like a man for the rest of my life. Like if I have to tell my daughter, no, I couldn't complete the war because I'm sitting there watching my 8-year-old daughter ask me if I can complete the race. So you know what he did? With his leg broken, his back broken, he got up, he got on the bike, and he finished, not the 5th race, all 50 races.
Wait, this is real?
The only way to do something that is truly impossible, the only way to make people jaw drop in life, the only way to push when everyone else around you tells you that you can't do something, the only way to actually do this is one way and one thing only. It's an emotional why.
Wow.
If you understand emotionally why you're doing things, it'll be so deep rooted that it'll hurt your core. It'll literally hurt to think like my mom is everything to me, for example, and I needed to retire her. And if I can imagine her being on her deathbed and I can't retire her and she's there leaving Earth, right, and going unalive, and I'm sitting there and I have to tell her, congratulations, Mom, now that you're passing away, I did not get to retire you. It's not happening. Right? It doesn't register in my mind. I just get pissed. I just start moving. And so if you ever have problems with procrastination, a lot of people have these Band-Aid solutions for procrastination. Like, oh, think of 5-second rule. I'll tell you the solution to procrastination. The solution to procrastination is know your emotional why. So that's the story about having an emotional why. You got to have it strong. If you don't generate emotion, you don't know what an emotional why is.
Oh, I absolutely love the story. Gosh, okay, I need to take that into my life considerations. Like, you know, the emotional why. The 50 Ironman is crazy, and then literally.
Guess what? You want to know something crazier? Everyone told him. I don't know how he did that. So you know what he did?
Yeah.
He ran 100 Ironmans in 100 days.
Damn. Wow, that's impressive. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I know how powerful human really can be. You just need to really have that emotional why and like something that really passion you
Yes.
and push you forwards.
For sure.
Wow.
What we leave off with, Ron, what we leave off with is that
Uh-huh.
you are gonna run an Ironman to the Fast Moss event.
Wow, 100%. I will put that. I will write that in my notes, and then
Okay, you write that. You write the action item.
yeah. Then I will
Oh, it's gonna run an Ironman straight to the Fast Moss event.
yeah, for my Friday
And I'm
weekly
gonna run.
meeting.
Well, I'm not gonna run to the Goli Gala, but I'm
Uh,
gonna fly to the Goli Gala, and my action item is to show up at the Goli Gala.
Amazing. I'll then write it down my weekly notes and then propose to my boss. That's
Yes.
incredible.
Okay, I do have to hop soon. I have a call
Okay.
soon.
Yes.
Maybe there's more questions.
Yeah.
Any
Let
more, like one
me.
more question?
Okay. One more questions. Anyone? Last one precious questions for Jordy. I think someone actually asked one question, but do you want to mark that? So one last question is from Curry. Okay, she said, "I'm completely new to Goli. What's a good place to start with Goli? I mainly post 80% beauty content." Okay, let's just let this wrap up the questions.
That's a good question. So if you're new to Goli, the first thing you have to educate and understand holistically, like I just said in this entire call, is you got to understand why choose Goli in the first place. Screw making money for a second. Screw why you're picking going into supplements. Understand why you're actually picking Goli first. And so Goli as a company, we're global. We literally are the largest vitamin VMS brand, right? So we most sold in retail for gummies and supplements, right? We are literally the largest brand. We're over 100,000 retail doors. And so number one, the reason you choose Goli is because we don't sell out, right? A lot of brands, what happens is they post. I have a bunch of creators that post, and then the brand sells out. They scale too hard, boom, sell out. Guess what? If they sell out, the brand sells out, and you don't have conviction the brand will sell out, the brand won't sell out and keep their stock. You know what happens? You lose your commissions. And so it's not about making commissions, because to be honest, you can make commissions anywhere. You can go promote a new t-shirt and make 20 grand. So not only Goli, like we all know Goli's going to make you money, right? I mean, I have a friend, Colton's in here. He made $100,000 for the past 6 months, 100 grand every single month for 6 months on Goli. And so we already know Goli's going to make you money. It's not saturated, it's super easy. It's all about angles, right? And so Goli's already going to make you money. We don't have to get that over with. And by the way, if you don't even know where to start, you go in the Goli mentorship program and you'll make money. So we already have that down, right? Which is most people's concern. We solved that a long time ago. We solved that like 1990s, right? So we know how to make you money. Money is not the issue. It's why you're actually choosing Goli. And why you're choosing Goli is because we don't run out of stock, number one. We are already known by the market, right? So the United States consumers already know us when they're buying Goli, so it's very easy to sell Goli. And number three, right, is our actual coaching program. And the fact that we are extremely good at finding good angles constantly and training you correctly so that you have things like an emotional why and overall. And so Goli as a company, we're actually more than just a name, right? We're more than just having gummies, right? We're actually an entire ecosystem of a bunch of creators that know, like, we all love each other. We're all family. And so when you get into the Goli culture, right, it's very hard to go out, because when you get into the Goli culture, you realize this is about actually life change, right? And so it's your life doing TikTok shop. And so we want to make sure that not only is your life doing TikTok shop, but you're also doing all these other things, right, to help benefit your life, right, and drive you forward, like an emotional why, right? So
That's
my
great.
that's my final remarks.
I think this is also like one of the really good answering questions to wrap up our AMA with you today. So, Jordy, this has been your master class, on scaling and everything like that. And before you go, a quick reminder to everyone: the FGVCon Spring Peak website is actually live already, and we still have a limited number of free tickets and early RSVP. So I will drop off the link again, and then yes, I hope to see you, Goli, and then Jordy once again, and then really appreciate you guys having this truly inspiring and then really motivated like every single person's here. Like, thank you so
Yes.
much. And then yeah,
To leave off on one thing, just one thing, everyone hashtag go Goli in the chat. And my urge to you guys is, when you go make a video today, I have something a secret. that's going to change your results. When you make videos, don't make videos out of anxiety. Don't make videos because you feel like you have to pay bills. Don't make videos because you feel like you need to make this work. Make videos because you're out of gratitude. Make videos out of love. Make videos because you get the opportunity to promote, you get the opportunity to be on TikTok Shop. So when you go Goli, you're making videos out of a higher frequency level, right? And so when you make videos, you'll get better results when you think better thoughts, right? And so make sure you're not making videos out of anxiety. Like, don't freak out when you're making videos that you have to pay bills and stuff like that. Go Goli, hashtag go Goli in the chats, and that is it. And make sure you do your videos today. I urge you that I'll leave you guys all with an action item. If you were gonna do 2 videos, do 4. If you're gonna do 4 videos, do 8. If you're gonna do 8 videos, do 16. Double your inputs for today, and you'll also see better outputs, right? So double your inputs, go Goli. Thank you.
Yay, law of attractions. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, all have a good one. And then be prepared for the next AMA next week. It will be one of a really top personal care creator in the ecosystem. And she's one of the really great affiliates on YouTube as well. So thank you guys. Hope you have a good one. And then we record the entire AMA. So stay tuned. I will drop off the YouTube link and then the highlights on Instagram and TikTok. So thank you all. Have a good one. Bye. 哎，我的奶奶，哎呦，
又是一个